Just 23 years old and on trial for the murder of a 20-year-old woman in cold blood. Jury selection got underway today to choose the men and women who will ultimately decide his fate.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, the trial of a Hazleton man accused of murdering a young woman execution style back in 2010 got underway today at the Luzerne County Courthouse. Jury selection began early this morning in the homicide case against 23-year-old Benjamin Westbrooks. Investigators say back in November of 2010, he kidnapped 20-year-old Alicia Weaver from downtown Hazleton, drove to a remote location in Foster Township, and shot her in cold blood. Investigators describe Westbrooks as a pimp and a gang member and say the argument between he and Weaver began over money that Westbrooks claimed Weaver owed him. We're told testimony is set to get underway Tuesday morning, with the prosecution calling witnesses first to the stand. Two witnesses expected to take the stand are Daniel Smith, who is said to have been with Westbrooks when he shot Weaver, and also Westbrooks' brother, Daryl, whose DNA was found on a bullet casing found at the crime scene. A crash right outside of Hazleton City Hall this afternoon sent one woman to the hospital. This was the scene just minutes after these two vehicles collided at the intersection of Green and Church Streets. The driver of both vehicles appeared to be okay. However, the passenger of the black Honda was taken away on a stretcher after complaining of some head pain. Her head injury may have resulted from her not wearing a seatbelt. No word at this time on who caused this accident here in Hazleton. A Freeland man was arrested over the weekend on multiple drug-related charges. This is 20-year-old Melvin Eduardo Fermant Ramos, who was arrested by Hazleton police on Saturday and sent to the Luzerne County lockup. Fermant Ramos is charged with possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and for having drug paraphernalia. He now sits in a jail cell to await his hearing. A Sugarloaf man was sent to the hospital with some serious injuries after crashing his motorcycle Sunday afternoon in Black Creek Township. Police tell us 50-year-old Clifton Harris Jr. was driving on West County Road when he lost control of the bike and crashed. Following that accident, a hospital spokesperson at Geisinger, Wyoming Valley confirmed with us Harris Jr. is a patient there, but did not have a report on his condition today. Believe it or not, it's prom season, and even though parents and school officials spread the message to teens that they need to stay away from drugs and alcohol on prom night, there are still those few who do not listen, like 3 Crestwood High School students who were caught at their prom Saturday with alcohol and now face charges of underage drinking. Police tell us one student, 18-year-old Timothy Hanlon, and 2 other students were found with liquor by school district staff at Genetti's in Hazel Township, where the prom was held. All 3 are from Mountaintop and were released to the custody of their parents and will receive citations charging them with purchase, consumption, possession, or transportation of liquor or malt brewed beverages. State police are now looking for the thief responsible for taking an ATV from the Eagle Rock Golf Course. Police say the ATV was taken from inside the maintenance building sometime between 6 Thursday night and 6:30 Saturday morning of last week. Here are some pictures of that stolen vehicle. The ATV has a red hood and gray open box and an aftermarket switch between the 2 front seats. Anyone who has any information is asked to call 459-3890. All right, stay with us tonight on News 13 Live at 5:30. We have a look at the extended forecast. Will we be seeing nicer temps this week? The latest is coming up from Mother Nature. But first, a graduate from MMI that has traveled around the world came back to talk to current students about making a difference. The story is coming up. After traveling around the world to serve his country, a graduate of MMI Preparatory School went back to his roots Monday morning to deliver an important message to students. 1980 MMI graduate Major General Peter Baer has served in the United States, Germany, and even the Middle East. But this soldier ended up in Freeland today to speak about making a difference.
So I'm going to talk to them about the importance of character and values. I'm going to talk to them about leadership and the importance of people. They're the center of everything we do. So how you organize and motivate people is incredibly important. And then most importantly, I'm going to talk to them about their requirement to actively earn their citizenship. We're citizens of the greatest country on the face of the earth. I've been all around the world. I've seen other cultures. But unfortunately, too many Americans choose not to actively serve their community and their nation. So I'm going to talk to them about their responsibility to do more than just vote and pay your taxes.
Major General Bayer tells News 13 it feels great to be back at his alma mater and give back. He was also excited to see 2 faculty members that once taught him. Today, the alumni brought his knowledge and life lessons from around the world to Freeland in hopes the message will continue to be passed on. Several students in the Hazleton area school district stayed home from school today because they thought they couldn't go to class because they failed to get some needed vaccines. But administrators urge kids to grab that backpack tomorrow and head back to class because the Department of Health has yet again extended the vaccine deadline. Now school students and their parents have even more time to comply with Pennsylvania's requirements that went into effect last August. News 13 spoke with the supervisor of school nurses for the Hazleton area school district, Ellen McBride, after some students were missing from school.
Mostly what we noticed was that there were children missing today due to the fact that they stayed home because we had told them not to come in if they didn't have the mandated immunizations. But on Friday at 1 minute to 3, we got a notification from the Department of Health that they were allowed a 2-week extension. So what's going to happen for those children who stayed home and they actually stayed home because they didn't have the shot, they will be given an administrative leave when they come back tomorrow. And we will start the whole process all over and aim for May 14th now to be the deadline.
Students who did not show up for school today because of not having those shots are off the hook. However, they must show up tomorrow because it will not be an excused absence. Because doctors are running out of the vaccines, McBride says parents who still need to get their child immunized should call their doctor immediately to make an appointment or call 877-PA-HEALTH. Again, Pennsylvania health officials have extended the vaccination deadline until May 14th. Kids who don't comply with the new vaccination rules may not be allowed to attend class. In just a few hours, we'll say goodbye to the month of April and hello to May. This creative condition definitely looks like spring weather. Sent to us by 5th grade student Warren Segendahl from Holy Family Academy. This picture of a sunny day at Warren's house looks like a perfect sight. Checking out the site we will see over the next 4 days right now. Cloudy skies for the rest of your Monday. Showers, possibly even a thunderstorm moving into the area. Temp dips down to 45 degrees. And here's your 4-day outlook. I am not liking the sight of that. No sun across the board. Tuesday, chance of showers, cloudy, a high near 65. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, low down to 48. Thunderstorms are a possibility again for our Wednesday with showers possible. There is a chance of the sun peeking through in the afternoon. We'll get up to 69. Wednesday night, showers and thunderstorms likely, low down to 54. Mostly cloudy for your Thursday. Again, a 40% chance of some precipitation, possibly some thunder and lightning. But we're going to be at 74 degrees by Thursday. And Friday, carbon copy of your Thursday, again, up to 74. Your forecast tonight brought to you by the Lazy Dog Salon Dog and Cat Grooming, 525 North Broad Street, West Hazleton. Call 459-0310 to make an appointment for your furry friend today. Also, Valley High Drive-In on Route 93 in West Hazleton, now open for the season. That is music to my ears. Make sure you stop by Valley High. Great food and, of course, delicious ice cream at Valley High Drive-In. All right, well, as we've been telling you about our announcement, News 13 has teamed up with Service Electric Cablevision and KYW News out of Philadelphia to bring our viewers in Luzerne, Carbon, and Schuylkill counties even more news and information each weekday, but it does mean some changes for our viewers. News 13 will now be live 4 to 5 each weeknight, then back on 6 to 7. From 5 to 6, viewers can tune into KYW News out of Philly right here on Channel 13. So that's 3 consecutive hours of news, weather, sports, and information without changing the channel. And don't forget, the first half hour each night is when News 13 and the Standard Speaker team up to bring you the news important to you first. Also, News 13 will be seen at 10 and 11:30 p.m. each night, and again at 10 the next morning. And for those of you who like to watch online, we will still provide all of our newscasts and top stories at ssptv.com. And don't forget to always check out News 13's Facebook page. All these changes take effect on May 7th, so spread the word to your family and friends. And if you do have any questions or concerns, feel free to shoot us an email or give us a call here at the station. Coming up on News 13, he was a man many will never forget. We'll remember Reverend Janello coming up next. But first, our Freddie B is in with some sport news from the sports world. Keep it here. It's football action coming up next. And finally tonight, dozens of fellow clergymen, the Bishop of the Scranton Diocese, parishioners, friends, and community members all gathered at Holy Rosary Church Monday morning to say their final goodbyes to Father Patrick Janello, the priest who loved the Yankees, played the guitar, and always made time for the youth and underprivileged. The pews were filled and it was standing room only as the 54-year-old who died unexpectedly last week was remembered and his life celebrated. Bishop Joseph Bambera was the celebrant of the funeral mass, while Father Janello's brother Michael gave the eulogy. Father Janello served parishioners at Holy Rosary Church in Hazleton since 1995 and not only prayed with them, but became their friend. He was also the chaplain of the Hazleton City Fire Department. Father Janello hosted holiday dinners for the less fortunate. Many say there will never be another Father Janello.
It's a real sad day for this diocese. It's a sad day for the good folks of Hazleton and particularly this parish. Father Janello was a good and a dedicated priest, and I'm so proud to be able to say that. I've known him since the day I walked into the seminary. He was already there for a year, and we were ordained together, and I've had the privilege of knowing a whole lot about him and knowing his kindness and goodness for a long time. It's a loss for me personally. More significantly, it's a loss to countless numbers of hearts who were touched by a very, very good man.
He was definitely a very personal kind of priest who was friendly, always willing to help, and played such an important role in our community. And most importantly, during our 9/11 services, and more or less helping in anything we ever asked him. He was always the person always be there to help wherever he can. As Bishop Bambera says, he was sort of behind-the-scenes person, but always was there to help and always was there to give, anything he can of his parish to help any way he can. And has always been supportive of the Hazleton Fire Department and will be sadly missed by us all. And we mourn today his passing, and we wish the family our deepest condolences and thoughts and prayers.
I have known Father Janello since before he was ordained. I've known him as a seminarian, and I've known him as a new priest, and now as a seasoned priest. He was always the same. He took his priesthood very simply. He took his priesthood very serious. He was a good man to his people. He will be missed.
The Hazleton City Fire and Police Departments provided Father Janello with a personal escort to his final resting place in Scranton. On behalf of News 13, SSP TV, and the Lassant family, our sincere condolences to Father Janello's family, friends, and parishioners. We know how much he will be missed by so many. And that will do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. On behalf of all of us here at News 13, be safe. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.